Hi friends, today we can see how to find union or intersection of a given array in Java. So to get the input of the two arrays, first we need to know the size. So at the first step, we will be accepting the input of the two size of the arrays. Then after accepting their size, we will be getting the elements of those two arrays according to the size that have been entered at the step 1. So after entering the elements, we will be finding whether any duplicate element have been present in array 1 or array 2. If it is present, we need to remove in order to prevent the duplicate entries that have been printed in the union result or intersection result. That is nothing but we can see that the given array 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, here 1 is repeated twice. This is said to be a duplicated element. So after doing the duplicate removal logic, we will be removing the duplicated element and only one will be existed. So after doing this, we will accept the user choice whether you need to find union or intersection. If user enters the case as that is choice as union, then union block will be executed. If intersect is entered, then intersection part will be executed. This is the main step we are going to follow in our program. So as discussed, we can consider the input that provided and the output that need to be displayed. So at first, size 1, that is nothing but array 1 size is accepted. Next, array 2 size 2 is accepted. Here 5 is given, next 4 is provided. 5 element is accepted for array 1 and 4 elements will be accepted for the size 2, that is array 2. So here set 1, that is array 1 in our program will be entered by the user. Then set 2, that is array 2 will be accepted from the user. After accepting these elements, we need to apply the removing logic to remove the duplicates. So as discussed in the set 1, 1 is repeated twice. So only one need to be repeated. Then 2 also repeated twice. So only 1, 2 need to be taken into consideration. Then only 1, 3 is available, that is also considered. So after applying the removal logic, this will be the array 1. In the same way, for array 2 also, the removal logic will be applied. You can see that 4 is repeated twice. So only 1, 4 will be taken into the consideration. Then 3, then 1 is taken. So array also updated. Then we need to update our size 2. So for a resultant set, the size is 3 updated for a size 1. So for set 2, 3 is updated as a size 2. So the size is also updated. Now we have applied the removal logic technique. Then if this is the output for the union. The common element first printed, that is at a set 1, just it is printed as it is. 1, 2, 3 is printed. Then it checks in the set 2. The element that is not available in the set 1 is 4. So 4 only printed. The 3 and 1 will not be printed in order to eliminate the duplicate entries that have been printed in our result. So we have achieved the union of the array. Then intersection. Intersection is nothing but the common element that is available in the two sets. So you can see the common element that have been available is 1. So that is taken. Then 3. This are the common element. This will be the output for the intersection. Now we can see how to achieve this in the coding. So this is our program. In order to get the input from the user, first we need to create the object for the scanner class. Scanner, the class name is given, then yes, the object name equal to new operator, scanner the class name, and the system.in is passed as an argument in order to accept the input from the console. To use the scanner class, we need to import java.util since scanner is available in util package. So at this point, it prompts the user to enter the size of the array1. So the integer value that we have entered in our console will be assigned to size1 here. Then array2 size is also accepted and it is stored into the variable size2. Then we need to declare the array that we are going to use in our program. First, we need to give the data type, that is integer. Then array1, the simple variable name that have been provided for the array. Then we need to give the square bracket without any argument, then equal to new operator, then the data type that you need to hold on in the array1, that is integer, then size1 that have been accepted as the size of the array at this point. So this size1 will be passed as the size of the array. This is the syntax to declare the array. The same way array2 is also declared. After declaring those two arrays, that is array1 and array2, we can move on to accept the elements of those arrays. So at this point, we start prompting the array elements and you can see from 0 until the size1, the array1 element is accepted. The main point is array indexing starts from 0. So 0 until it reaches the value less than size1. Each and every element is accepted from the command prompt and it will be assigned to array of I. At first, array of 0 is accepted, then array of 1. The same way until it reaches size1, each and every element is accepted. The same manner, here size2 is given until it reaches the size2, array2 value is also accepted. So at this point, we have accepted the elements of the two arrays. Now we need to apply the duplicate removal logic. Now we can see how to remove the duplicate from the array. Until it reaches the size 1 minus 1, from 0, the duplicate logic will be applied. So main theme is first 1 is taken and it will be compared to each and every element. If it is available, that is, if it has a duplicate, then the element next to it will be assigned here. For our example, here 1 is repeated as twice. First one is available at the position of 0 and this one is available at the position of 1. So this will be removed and the size will also be updated. This one will be moved here and here at the position of 0, 1 will be erased. So when I equal to 0, it compares j equal to I plus 1. That is nothing but it compares with the first element. 0th element will be compared with the first element. So we have provided the for loop like this. Until it reaches the size, here it is calculated. Here size 1 minus 1 is given in order to check the element that is available before the size have been reached. This will be compared to this. So here it represents I and here it will be represented as j. So until it reaches the size, the logic will be executed. That is array1 of I is equal to array 1 of J. That is, if an element of the 0th element matches with the 1th element, then this will be executed. Here you can see K equal to J is assigned in order to take the first element. That is, according to our example, 0th element is compared with first element. If the first element is duplicate, then the loop need to be assigned to 1. So K equal to 1 will be assigned. Here array 1 of K will be equal to array 1 of K plus 1. As I told, this first element will now become as a 0th element, and the 0th element will be removed off. This is what is done here. So after doing that, so we need to update the size too, since one removed of a duplicate have been occurred. So here size 1 is also updated. This loop may executed until it reaches the end. Each and every element is considered, and here the for loop is executed. So in a first array, we have removed the duplicated elements. In the similar way, we need to do it for the next array also. Before removing the array 2 elements duplicate, we will be printing in the print screen, so such that you can know that the duplicate element have been removed. Here the same thing have been applied. The size 2 is passed in the place of size 1, and each and every element is considered. In array 2 also, if it is available, the duplicate element will be removed, and the size 2 need to be updated if it has a duplicate elements. So this same case will be executed until it reaches the size 2. Now we can move on with printing of array 2. The same way, after removing the duplicated element from array 2, the array 2 value is also printed. So at this point, it accepts the union or intersect value, so that if it is a union, then the case union will be executed, and if it is intersect, then the intersection of the array result will be printed. Here S dot next will get the input of the string that have been provided in the command prompt, and dot to lowercase will make the input that have been provided in the console to lowercase, since we have provided the case all in a small case, that is lowercase. So in order to make the case sensitive to deactivated, here we are applying to lowercase. So here the choice is accepted, and it is passed to the switch case. If it is a union, then union case will be executed. Here flag is a temporary variable that will be hold on when the array element is already printed. As in our program, here you can see that 1, 2, 3 is printed if in the size set 2, 4 that is not printed yet in set 1, then it will be printed. If 3 is printed in the set 1 already, then it will not be considered after 4. So do so, we are assigning the temporary variable flag. Here just we will be printing the array 1 as we discussed here in our example. You can see just set 1 is printed, 1, 2, 3 is printed, then only we will check for the union value. So the same thing have been done in our code too. First set 1, that is array 1 will be printed, then we can move on with the logic to print the union. When I equal to 0 until it reaches size 2, we need to check an element with each and every element of the array 1, that is size 1 is provided. This I loop indicates the array 2 and j loop indicates the array 1. So array 2 of I is compared with array 1 of j. Here the j loop is executed until the array 1 element has the element to be verified. So each and every element of the array 2 will be compared to array 1. If it is matches, then it should be just left off. If it doesn't match off, that is not equal to, means the flag value will be set as 1. So if it is 1, that is flag value is 1, then that element will be printed. Else it simply break down that j inner loop and next element of the array 2 will be taken. Again it is compared with each and every element. Next we can move on with the intersection part. So if it is a case intersect, then intersection will be executed for array. So for each and every element of a array 1 and array 2 is compared. If it is equal, then it is printed. Else it is not printed. You can see the if 1 is available in set 2, that is the array element of 1 is equal to array element of 2, then it will be printed. Else nothing will be made. So the same case is written here. Then for each and every case, we need to provide break. Here we have written the default case also, so that if user enters other than the case value union or intersection, this will be printed. Now we can execute this program and see the result. Executing this program. First, it accepts the size of the array 1. Say I will give as 3. Then array 2 size is accepted. Say I will give as 4. It accepts the array 1 element at this point. Next, array 2 is accepted. So 3 elements are accepted for array 1 and 4 elements is accepted for the array 2. Then duplicate logic have been applied on it, and after removing the duplicate you can see 1 and 2 are the distinct element, so that have been printed. Then for array 2, after removing the duplicate, 3, 2, 1 will be available, so that is also printed, and for it accepts for union or intersection case. Here first I am giving the choice as union. You can see the set 1 value that have been printed first, 1, 2, then at the set 2, 3 is the only variable that is available that have not been printed at the set 1. So here 1, 2, 3 is printed. Now we can see the intersection result. I will give some array size as 3, then for array 2 as 2. Here I will giving 1, 3, 4. Then at the array 2, I will be giving 4, 5. After removing the duplicate for set 1, 1, 3, 4 is available. So 1, 3, 4 is printed. And for set 2, 4, 5 are the distinct element that is also printed. Next, we will be giving the choice. You can see the common element between those two sets is 4. So that have been printed. Now I will give some other value as a choice other than union and intersection. In the same way, it accepts the size of array 1 and array 2. Will be giving some element value. Then here at the choice, I will give something like, so it is an invalid input. It exists without executing. Hope you understand this video. You can download the code from the Git. The link have been provided in the description box. Have a nice day.